Hey everybody, it's Gabriel. On this video, I want to talk about two things, and they're kind of two polar opposites, all right? When it comes to building your home-based business, one side is like if they've had success, right? If you've been in the industry or you're in the industry and you've had success, all too often people forget to be transparent and share the backstory. Without the backstory, people can't ground themselves to the process, because you and I both know it is hard to build a network marketing business, especially to be successful at it. You can tinker with it, you can have some hobby money, but if you're really going to build this thing, it's hard. And you'll find that a lot of people forget that. They're having tons of success and they're not transparent, meaning like you can too, go for it, just do this, just do that, I did it, blah, blah, blah. And it's actually unfortunate because you're hurting your people and you're hurting those that are following you, because they need to know the blood, sweat, and tears that it took to build the thing. I have dealt with more challenges than you can imagine. I've had people flake out, I've flaked out, I've had companies flake out, I've had situations, drama, explosions, downturns, things had to restart, I've had to reinvent myself. I've been my own worst critic, and I've had to battle my own mindset, the mindsets of others. When you don't even feel encouraged, how do you encourage others? And so all of that. And so when you see the success, what happens is people see the culmination of challenges and victories, back, going backwards, going forwards, going backwards. And after a while, they say, voila, look, I'm successful. So make sure you're being transparent. Your people need to hear your struggle. They need to hear the story. And it's going to encourage them, because, again, the byproduct of what most people see is that snap your fingers, you can too. If you're not making a fortune in no time flat, your system isn't working, etc. It's hard. Systems are not. You're dealing with people. You're dealing with between the ears, and that's going to help your business explode in a faster fashion than people saying, "Hey, just do X, Y, and Z. You can too," with a lot of bumper sticker talking points, which actually frustrate them. They say, "You want your business to explode? Do those things." I'm like, no. If you want your business to explode, pull back the curtains. Tell them the struggle. People will gravitate to you far quicker. On the other side, people are so busy, and I don't mean to say it like this, but I think it's the best way to say it. They're so busy trying to pretend that their business is successful that when they're asked by people or they're talking about it and people will ask them more pointed questions about their business, they'll say stuff like, "Oh, my business is great. We're hitting momentum. Things are fine." Meanwhile, they shut the door, drive away, and they're depressed. Why? Guess what happened? They know their business is having incredible challenges. They know they're not having anybody listening to them. They know their struggles at home. They know they're not getting the agreement of the spouse. Their social circles are terrible, and nobody is celebrating people and victories. They're not celebrating each other's victories, because you guys know this, or if you don't, this is huge. There are certain groups of people that you need to remove yourself from, because until you do, you're not going to see the success you need to, because what's surrounding you is keeping you suppressed. And if you try to climb out of that, they're going to be like the two crabs in a pan story. They pull each other down until they both die. So the one side is everything is so fantastic, you can too. They're not sharing the transparency. The other side is really having a hard time, but they're terrified to reach out to the company, to reach up to their leadership and ask them for help, because somehow sharing struggle is not okay. You see how it works both ways? And so on the one side, they're not seeing the growth they need to because the transparency isn't there with the success. The other side is they're not growing because the transparency isn't there when they're trying to gain success. I promise, if you will be an open book and you share your struggles and you share your victories, you will watch your business grow in a way that creates bonds of relationship. Because remember, all of you are working together. It's a give and take. You're all pushing each other up, down, sideways, crossways, and together the agreement. Sometimes it's the team. Everybody has a different part to play. And all too often, there's so much ego and so much pride in this industry that they're all a bunch of pretenders on both sides. And it really not only gives the industry a bad name, but it makes your journey in the industry far more difficult. I hope this is a blessing. Make sure you like and subscribe, and lots of content, lots of videos. I'm very real. People will say stuff like, well, Gabriel, I appreciate your honesty. It's not something I do this about. What else are you going to do? If you're not honest, transparent, and forthright every single time, you're going to create this paper castle that you're going to have to manage and prop up forever. It's a huge burden. The best thing you can do is say, you know what? I had a horrible day. My business has been terrible. Or, you know what? I have a great business now, but man, was it absolutely maddening trying to get this thing to grow. And then years later or months later, when you have your wins, people don't just disconnect. That's the problem. People can't follow you because you're not real on both sides. I hope this makes sense. See you guys later. Blessings. Bye.